Hi everybody, Amy G with Pampered Chef. I am here for week 2 to discuss another Pampered Chef product with you. I show you how it works and what you can do with it. I want to wish everyone a happy new year. We're finally in 2021 and I think good things are to come. And the first good thing is going to be the manual food processor. So this product is awesome because it's fun to use and you can make everything inside of it, which I love. If you know me, I love things like our rock crack pan and this product because I like to do all this stuff in one dish because I don't like washing dishes and you don't have as much to wash with this. One of the things I've been asked is what is the difference between the food chopper and the manual food processor and which one should I get? So my mom actually had this question and I said, get the manual food processor. The food chopper is awesome. I believe it's one of Pampered Chef's highest selling products and it's great, but I feel like this does almost the same thing as a food chopper plus so much more. And you only have 3 little pieces that you have to wash when it comes to this. The food chopper is good for chopping small portions, so if you need, just like a tablespoon of onions to toss into a recipe, great, use the food chopper. But you can also chop up those onions in here. And you can add tomatoes, and you can add garlic, and you can add cilantro, and you can make a salsa. So this is great for chopping vegetables to use in your stir fry, to use in your soup, to use in your recipe. And it's also great for making full sauces or salsas or salad dressings, baby food, applesauce you can make in this. I use it to make spreads for sandwiches, which actually is what I'm going to do today. And it's just fun. Like every time I make salsa, I just look at what I have in the kitchen, I toss it in, and it turns out delicious. So let me just share the components of this with you. We have 3 pieces. We have the lid. The lid has a locking mechanism so that when you store it, you don't have to worry about it popping up. And if you're familiar with the salad spinner, it's the same thing. A super, super, super sharp blade. So while the kids love helping me with this, I would never have them take apart and put together the components because this is too sharp for them to do it. And then of course we have the base. The base is skid resistant. So when you're chopping things and having fun and going crazy, it's not sliding across the countertop and falling off. Now, and then it also comes with a storage lid. So one of the things that I love the most about this is once I make my salsa, I don't have to put anything else. I just put the lid on it. I take the blade out, put the lid on, stick it in the fridge, and take it to my cookout the next day, and it's already here. Same thing if I'm making a stir fry tomorrow night. You know what I do? Chop the vegetables, put the lid on, stick it in the fridge, and I've got my veggies for tomorrow, tossing it. And my kids love helping me make dinner with this, so I make a bruschetta pasta. It is so good, and it's got tomatoes and garlic and onion and all that good stuff in it. And my son just goes to town pumping away and thinks it's so fun. And guess what? He's seeing fresh ingredients go into a recipe. He's helping make the recipe, and then he's eating it because he helped me make it. So he's really benefiting from, the fresh ingredients, which I really, want to emphasize that as much as possible with my kids, as I'm sure everybody does. So I am going to go ahead and make something in it and show you how it works. So I've got a pretty big onion. I'm going to cut it into 4 quarters and just toss it in there. So I've got one here. One of the things you should probably, that you want to look out for when you're doing this is the blade needs to stay in that center spot because if it's not, the lid won't connect to it and it won't spin. So when you toss large portions in like these onions, sometimes it can cause it to fall off balance, and so you just need to look out for that. Of course, that hasn't happened, and it doesn't happen frequently, but I'm always careful to make sure that the blade doesn't move when I toss large pieces in. So here's what I've got: some really large onion chunks. And, oh look, this is what I'm talking about. It's toppled over a bit. If you just put it back into place, put the lid on, make sure that it's connected, and you're good to go. So I've got my onions, and I'm going to chop. That's 15 pounds. I think I usually check it at around 15 pounds. Okay, so these are like larger chunks, and that is, if I'm making a soup, that needs onions, or a stir fry, or chili, whatever it is, that might be the right size. But since I'm going to make a sandwich spread, I'm going to make them super finely chopped. Now, one of the things too, again, my goal here is not just to show you the product, but to show you some of the tricks. This is the mini mix and scrape, and you just kind of want to go around the edges and make sure everything's getting chopped the same size. But if you look at this, the onions are very small. So I think I'm ready. I'm going to toss in, what do I have here? I have a couple, I don't know how they're so small, but itty bitty cloves of garlic I'm just going to toss in. And I'm going to toss in some parsley, fresh parsley. And then I'm going to add some olive oil. I don't know how much to add just yet, so I'm not going to do too much because I don't want it to be too thick. Oh, and I think the perfect companion to all of this is the garlic and herb. It smells so good. I love this. I think this goes on everything. So I'm going to sprinkle some of that in because I think this would be, I'm going to do grilled chicken sandwiches, and I will have this as the spread that goes on the sandwich, kind of like a panini. As you can see, it's not slipping, right? Now, one of the other things that's great about this, when you compare it to, for example, an electric food processor, is you control it. So you want bigger pieces, you go slower. You want really finely chopped, go faster. You don't risk overdoing it because you are in control. All right, so here's what I have. It looks perfect. I'm not going to add more olive oil. So I'm taking out my blade, and this is my delicious spread that I'm going to put on my sandwiches. What I'm going to do is put the lid on it. I will stick it in my fridge, and I will use it for my sandwiches a little bit later. Now, this is a $60 product, so well worth it. Like I said, I've used this all the time. My kids love using it, and I've had mine probably for 5 years, so it really there's no question as to the value of it. I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I hope that you get one of these for yourself. And if you already have one, I hope that maybe I helped you to learn a little bit about what to do with it. If you have any questions, of course, send me an email or send me a message on Facebook. Otherwise, I will see you next week for week 3. Bye.